Live from Holy Cross School in New Orleans, Crescent City Sports is proud to bring you Louisiana High School baseball. Tonight it's game one of a best-of-3 Division I Select semifinal series as the number 2 seeded Holy Cross Tigers play host to the number 3 seeded Brother Martin Crusaders. And a pleasant good evening to you on a pleasant evening in Gentilly. I'm Ken Trahan, joined by the coach, Marty Luquette. What a matchup we have. Best of 3 state semifinals, 2 big-time, long-time Catholic League rivals, and 2 schools that are about a mile apart. It's Holy Cross, it's Brother Martin here at Tiger Park. Marty, it doesn't get much better than this. We'll have standing room on. We've already got standing room, and it's going to be like this all night.
It's going to be a great crowd, a great atmosphere, 2 really good teams who know each other very well, and they're going to get after it again. Hey, it's a great night for Catholic League baseball, and we know that one of the 2 is going to make it to the championship series.
Well, these 2 teams have earned their way here. These are 2 of the best and 2 of the hottest teams in Louisiana. Brother Martin is 29-5. The Crusaders have won 12 games in a row. They swept through 2 playoff series. Holy Cross is 31-4. They've won 11 in a row. They've swept through 2 playoff series. Kind of a mirror image, right?
They are, and very similar, even though Brother Martin was able to win the district, but Holy Cross earned themselves a 31-4 record to get themselves a home field site for this weekend, and that's a great advantage.
It is a tremendous advantage playing here at Tiger Park. Let's take a look at the brackets here in Select Division I, and here's the lower half of the bracket, the one we're watching. Brother Martin and Holy Cross, the 3 versus the 2. Holy Cross in the playoffs, wiped out St. Paul's in 2 games and whipped Acadiana in 2 run rule games, I might add. And then, of course, Brother Martin taking out a very game-tough Ponchatoula team in 2 games in the quarterfinals after beating Pineville in 2 games in the regional round to get here. That's the bottom half of the bracket. Let's take a look at the top half of the bracket now, and that's where the defending champion Catholic Bears are the number 1 seed, and they've got the number 4 seed St. Thomas More. So this is the one bracket where form held. The top 4 seeds are in the semifinals.
And you know, when you look at the bracket now, you don't have to look at very many teams. You're down to 4 good ones, and it's going to be 2 great series with a championship series to follow. This is what we all dreamed about when we talked to state about 2 out of 3 series all the way through.
Well, the fans are being asked to rise now. We'll have our prayer followed by the national anthem, so we'll pause for that.
Let us pray. Most gracious God, we gather here in your name to play in this athletic event that would not be possible without the intercession of you in our daily lives. We recognize you for the protecting presence that you provide for not only the student athletes on the diamond tonight, but also for the friends and family who have gathered here to watch them. Lord, we ask that you watch over the players on each team and keep them injury-free. We wish that you provide the players with the strength to perform to the best of their abilities and give the coaches the knowledge to guide them. Please, Lord God, we ask of this in your name of your only Son, Jesus Christ, who was sent here to redeem us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. St. Andre, St. Joseph.
Along with Marty Luquette, I'm Ken Trahan. Dan and Matt along for the ride, taking care of business here this evening. Brother Martin will be in their crimson look tonight. Crimson jerseys and pants and caps, two-tone caps, with the gold across the front and the gold M on the caps and the gold bills. Holy Cross is in the home whites here tonight, and the Tigers have their navy blue numerals, their old gold trim, and the white caps with the blue bills. So it's a very distinct, different look here tonight, which is quite good. On the field, Holy Cross defensively will have Robert in left, Sirkovich center, Ruiz in right, Chow at third, Pellegrin short, Blanchard second, and Kara first with Garrett's catching, and Will Andrade on the mound. Here's the starting lineups. First of all, for Brother Martin, leading off at second base is Stan Wiltz. Batting second at third base, Ryan Dara. Hitting third, the center fielder, Brady McCluskey. The cleanup hitter and pitcher is Cole Navarro. Batting fifth in left field, Reese Roussel. Hitting sixth, the right fielder, Cody Kropp. Batting seventh at first base is Bronson Lamont. Hitting eighth, the DH, Ben Switzer. And batting ninth at shortstop will be Brody Shannon. Egan Prather is the catcher, not batting. Top three will be Wiltz, Dara, and McCluskey. The middle three are Navarro, Roussel, and Kropp. And the bottom three, Lamont, Switzer, and Shannon, Prather catching. For Holy Cross, leading off in center field, Chris Sirkovich. It's Greg Ruiz, the right fielder. Tom Pellegrin hits third at shortstop. The cleanup hitter and pitcher is Will Andrade. Batter Blanchard bats fifth at second base. It's Rue Guerra at first base, hitting sixth. Rue, and it is Mark Robert batting seventh. He's playing left field. Hitting eighth at third base is Colin Talon, and batting ninth and catching is Colton Garretts. Top three of Sirkovich, Ruiz, Pellegrin. Middle three, Andrade, Blanchard, and Guerra. Bottom three, Robert, Talent, and Garretts. On the mound for the Tigers, the ace, William Andrade. 15 appearances, all starts, and he is 14-1 with a 1.62 earned run average. His only loss to Brother Martin. On the season, 82 innings, he's only given up 41 hits. That's half hits to innings pitched by my calculation. 28 runs, 19 earned. He's walked 35. He struck out 110 in 82 innings pitched. He's hit 10 batters, given up only one home run, and his whip is fabulous, 0.92. He's the real deal. Upper 80s fastball, good breaking ball. He needs it to be effective. Wasn't effective with it the first time against Brother Martin when he gave up in 3 innings, 8 hits, 5 earned runs, walked 3, struck out 4. That was the exception to the rule. He's been brilliant all year, Marty.
Yeah, those numbers are just off the chart. A whip, walks and hits an innings pitched, less than 1. That's just fabulous. There's just nobody on base. He's pitched 82 innings, which is quite a bit, but he's got 14 decisions, 15 decisions, and hey, he's been everything Holy Cross could ask for from their pitcher, but they're going to ask a lot from him tonight.
Against as good a lineup as you're going to find. Brother Martin is a team. Bats .332. This is a really deep lineup from 1 through 9 that the Crusaders have under Jeff Lupo, the Tigers under Cal Bonura. Both have done terrific jobs with these programs this season, and we are ready to go. Stan Wiltz will stand in from the right side to get it started here this evening. Wiltz, the UNO signee, the district hitter of the year in District 9-5A. 443, no homers, 19 driven in. The first pitch of the ball game on the way. And it's a fastball up. We're underway at 6:28. Or 2 minutes early.
Well, if you're going to handle Brother Martin, you got to handle Stan Wiltz for sure. He sets up a lot of their big innings.
Ball and no strikes. Andrade, the sign from Garrett's. Here's the 1-0. And that's a fastball strike called. It's 1-1. The umpires are from the Baton Rouge Association. Fantastic crowd standing all over the place here at Tiger Park. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sign given. And the next one on the way. And he slings that way outside and low. It's 2 balls and a strike to Wiltz at Tiger Park on the beautiful campus of Holy Cross School. 2-1 now. Next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss.
Got him to chase that outside fastball. He was in a hitter's count. I'm not sure he could have done much with that. He's probably better off swinging and missing.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Wiltz. Straight up defensively are the Tigers. 2-2. Down and out. So leadoff man has worked it full. You always like to see that as the offensive coach, as the lights come on as we speak and are illuminated bright very quickly, I might add. 3-2 the count. Payoff pitch is on the way. Swing and a miss. Andrade strikes out Wiltz to start the ball game.
That fastball, it's got a lot of run on it and a lot of down angle. That's a nice pitch right there. He can stay there in hitters counts. He's going to be tough to get.
Here's the co-district most valuable player, Ryan Dara, the Arizona State signee. He has tortured Holy Cross this year. He homered in both games and both wins for Brother Martin against Holy Cross. And he was 4 for 4 in the first game against the Tigers. And he takes it for a strike called at the knees. Brother Martin won the 2 games against Holy Cross in definitive fashion, 7-1 and 5-0 on March 18th and March 20th. Gave up just 1 run in 2 games to Holy Cross. The 0-1 pitch, and that's a fastball, just missed the outside edge. A lot of oohs and ahs there. It's 1-1.
But you know, both coaches talked about it. It's a long ways from March, and this is the stakes here are a lot bigger than what happened in March.
The 1-1 swing and a miss. He threw it by him. It's 1-2. His fastball has some movement.
He's got a little jump to it, and then when he keeps it down, it runs off away from the right-hander. So
a ball and 2 strikes. Andrade the sign. He's ready. Kicks and he deals, and that is a bit high, and it's 2-2.
That's a perfect pitch right there. That was exactly where he wanted it.
And a good take.
Yep, elevated. See if he'd chase. He didn't, and he'll probably come back with that hard slider or the fastball away in the outside corner.
2-2. Breaking ball hit in the air to center pretty well. Center fielder back. He's there. Making the catch is Sirkovich. Round number 2. Kind of got a little bit turned around, but the ball's hit right at you. That's a tough play for an outfielder. Sirkovich did a good job.
Well, he was fortunate that it was hit high too, so that when he turned and had to spin back the other way, he still had time to get back there and get it. But the ball was hit pretty well.
Here's Brady McCluskey, brilliant sophomore. All district players a sophomore. Here's Brady. He's a really good young player. From the left side, swings and corks a line drive into left field. That's a base hit. So Brady McCluskey, first pitch swinging, laces a single to left. He's on with 2 outs with the first hit of the ball game.
A sophomore hitting in the 3-hole on a team hitting .330 is pretty impressive. And he's right there. He just serves that into left field, takes the fastball, and drives it in front of the left fielder.
Yeah, he and the Ian Smith at Rummel, the sophomores, as good a young players as I saw this year in that league. Here's Cole Navarro, the pitcher at 290, a home run, 33 driven in. There's a good yacker for a strike call. Very sharp movement on that breaking.
Late break on that too, which makes it even tougher. But he had a good vertical drop.
McCluskey away from first will draw a throw and return to the bag.
That was a courtesy right there. He didn't show him his good one. Just a little, yeah, I know you're there.
6 stolen bases for McCluskey on the season. He has a pretty good lead, though. And Andrade notes that and makes a second throw over. I like the Major League rule where you can only do it twice, and then you got to pitch. It speeds the game up, number 1. Number 2, it makes it better for base runners. More excitement in the game. You can't disengage more than twice, but here you can. And there's 3 over there. So convinced they want to do something with 2 outs of the Tigers, and McCluskey has assumed a pretty good lead.
Which got his attention.
Quick delivery, though, and there is a strike call. Boy, he's quick to the plate.
He is. He'll be tough to steal on. That was a little slide step right there. Still had plenty on the pitch.
0-2 and a swing and a foul right at us. Foul ball. Holding at 1-2.
Hitter running down to first. You think he would know if it was foul?
Just making sure. I'm showing you I hustle, Coach.
Wouldn't have helped much because nobody else moved. The guy on first was still waiting on him.
Count remains 0-2 on Navarro. McCluskey draws a 4th throw.
Yeah, you talked about the crowd. I mean, they're lined up all the way down the right field line into center, into the outfield, where they have auxiliary bases. I mean, stands filled, and they go into left center, right center.
Chopper toward the middle of the diamond, and that is a base hit. Center fielder can't handle it. Now the runners are going to advance, and now we could get a run home. Runner's going to round third. They're going to send him home. Here's the throw to the plate. It's high, and he's safe. And Brother Martin has taken a 1-0 lead. On a base hit and an error, a 2-base error scores the run. And the umpire's telling your Brother Martin players to get back in the dugout. Come on. They're 3 feet out of the dugout celebrating a run. Are you serious? Come on, man. Did you see that?
I did.
That's ridiculous.
I did.
Let the kids play. They didn't annoy anyone. Goodness gracious.
Well, you know, talking to the coaches before the game, both of them said the same thing. They just wanted one team to win the game. They didn't want to to beat themselves. And right here, the first error goes to Holy Cross as the center fielder rushes to pick up a ball when nobody was going anywhere.
No. Here's Reese Roussel, and he takes a strike. It's 0-1.
You know, he had plenty of time just to knock it down, pick it up, and toss it back in.
We have a runner at second. That's Luca Catanzaro. Catanzaro runs for the pitcher. Navarro gets back in the dugout. Strike 2 now. It's 0-2. On Roussel. He had Navarro 0-2. Gave up the hit by the error. Very costly. No balls and 2 strikes. Stretch pitch. Swinging a chopper toward third. Third baseman has to get it. Bobbles. Throws. Safe. Threw it away. Run will score. And it's 2-0. Should go as an error. The second of the inning. And just like that, it's a 2-0 ball game.
Well, the chopper was hard to handle. He came in. You could see he couldn't get a grip on it and decided to throw it anyway. Had he pump faked, he probably could have caught the runner around in third behind him.
Well, at the very least, they'd have first and third and no
right.
run scoring. So.
Right. Well, he was stealing on the pitch, so he was already around the bag. Had he pump faked, I think he'd have got him going back in, but he tried to make the throw, threw it wild, and the run was able to score. So that's 2 runs on 2 errors in the first inning.
And another runner on with 2 outs and a pitch down and away to Cody Kropp. It's 1-0, another great hitter. 397, no homers, and 12 driven in for Kropp. Shelton State commit. Another all-district performer. Here's the pitch. Swing and a line drive hit in the right center field. Paints the gap. Runner around second, heads for third. Kropp trying for second. He is there, sliding with a double. Crusaders on the rampage here.
Well, Kropp took an elevated fastball right there and just drove it over the second baseman's head into that gap. The outfielders did a good job of cutting that off, or that would have ended up with a third run in the inning. But they were able to get it back in quick enough to hold Kropp to a double and keep the runner on Roussel on third.
Now runners second and third. A chance for Bronson Lamont to make this a huge inning. The pitch. That's high with a breaking ball. Lamont, 333, 3 homers, 20 RBIs. They just hit up and down the lineup. They're tough to pitch to.
Right now, Holy Cross needs to regroup. They've got 2 errors. Their pitcher gives up less than a hit an inning. Giving up 3 in this one. Actually, he's averaging a hit every other inning. He's giving up 3 in the first. It's not the kind of start that Holy Cross was hoping for.
So here is Lamont with a 1-0 count after the brief visit. And the pitch. Here's a breaking ball hit hard. And that's nicely played by the third baseman. His throw is there. Outstanding play by Talent. Guerra with the pick. That is a huge play. Saves a big inning. In the inning, it is 2 runs scoring. It happens on 3 hits with 2 errors and 2 men left. Bottom of the first coming. It's Brother Martin 2. Holy Cross to the plate.
Great play going to his left. Throws it in the dirt. The pick saves 2 runs because if that gets by the first baseman, they're both going to score. And so they come up with a big play. They hold the damage to only 2. You know, and now you know you got to hit. You're going to have to handle today. You're going to have to handle the pitcher. You're going to have to be able to do something with Cole Navarro that you didn't do last time. But today's another day, and they're going to have to come out and play well offensively now.
Crusaders take to the field with Roussel in left, McCluskey center, and Kropp in right. Guerra at third, Shannon at short, Wiltz at second, Lamont at first. The catcher is Prather, and on the mound is the right-hander, Cole Navarro. Navarro takes his warm-up tosses. Cole Navarro, the senior and UNO signee, all-district performer. Navarro has made 11 appearances, all starts. He is 10-1 with a 1.93 earned run average. 69 innings pitched, goals allowed 63 hits, 20 runs, 19 of which have been earned. He's walked 19, struck out 58, has hit 3 batters, has given 2 home runs with a whip of 1.18. Ace against ace, and you've given the ace 3 runs first time around against Holy Cross. Navarro pitched a complete game in a win, 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, walked only 1 and struck out 7.
Well, it's always nice to go out there with a lead, and certainly 2 runs in the first makes that a little bit easier. It just gives you a wiggle room in case you're off a little bit, or the umpire too. You understand the umpire and get that behind you. So, but so far, what a start for Brother Martin.
Tigers will try to answer here in the bottom of the first. Chris Sirkovich will get it started. Ruiz and Pellegrin to follow. Sirkovich at 385, no homers and 9 driven in.
Tigers, number 24, Sirkovich.
Here's Sirkovich, right-handed hitter. First pitch is a fastball. Called the ball, just missed the outside edge, 1-0.
It couldn't have missed by much.
No, pretty good looking pitch. The 1-0. That's way outside. It's 2-0. Tigers are very scrappy team. They make you work. Very much like the John Curtis teams we've seen under Jeff Curtis. Very similar. They grind at-bats. 2-0. That is a little strike at the knees. Had to wait on that. Borderline pitch. Got the call. It's 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch from Navarro. Swinging a foul back and a high fastball. It's 2-2.
Yeah, the 2-1 pitch getting the call is huge in the at-bat. Because you got to get your leadoff man on to trigger an inning. And they're counting on Sirkovich right here to find his way to first. 2
balls and 2 strikes. Here's the next pitch coming. And he missed away with a breaking ball. It's full 3-2.
He's doing a good job, Sirkovich, of running the count.
And the payoff pitch is on the way. Sirkovich swings and chops it foul. Well, both leadoff hitters have worked 3-2 counts. That's exactly what you want out of your leadoff man.
Well, and you want to see what Navarro believes is his best pitch today. And right there he comes in with the fastball on 3-2. Will he throw another one, or does he go to the breaking ball?
Fastball beat up the middle towards short. Ranging to get it. Shannon throws him out at first for out number 1. Brody Shannon had to wait on that chop. He had to go to his glove side. Handled it well.
Well, everything's a little soft today after the big rains, you know. I'm sure they had the tarp on the infield, so it won't be too bad, but the moisture still gets onto the dirt. So we might see some balls that are a little bit slower once they get there. But the high chop tells you that the field's dry.
1 out for Greg Ruiz. 306. 3 homers and 22 RBI, and Ruiz gets ahead 1-0.
Navarro comes out with the big breaking ball. Misses on the first one.
1-0. Missing down. It's 2-0. Well, he fell behind Sirkovich, came back to get him. He's behind Ruiz. 2 balls and no strikes. And another. And that's a fast strike. It's 2-1.
It's not unusual to see power guys get behind in counts. They're used to that, and they come back, and but they get swing and misses too, which helps.
The 2-1. Breaking ball, he checked. He did not go, and I can see that from here. Even on the appeal, it's 3-1.
Mr. Trahan, did he go?
We got a pretty good view of that right here,
yeah,
don't we?
we do.
3-1 the count. And the next pitch on the way. And that is a strike call, 3-2. Good pitch by Navarro. So both hitters have gone full here against Navarro, extending him early. And another 3-2 pitch and a swing and a pop-up. Should be handled. Who wants it? The shortstop. Making the catch is Brody Shannon for on number 2. So Shannon's handled both chances with ease. And now it's Dom Pellegrin, the shortstop, to the plate. Pellegrin, outstanding player. As he stands in. 2-lane commit. Pellegrin, 465. 3 homers, 37 RBI, and co-MVP. He's that kind of player. Just a terrific
Just looks
player.
the part. You know, those guys that just look like they're players.
Yeah, he's already committed to Tulane as a junior. Took a strike here at 0-1. You know a little bit about Tulane?
Yeah, a little
This young
bit.
man is definitely one that Jay Ullman's happy to have committed. Breaking ball down and out, 1-1.
Spend a lot of time on the campus.
Yeah, this league this year, he got Evan Berg from Rummel, Bryce Robinson, St. Augustine. He's got to wait another year for Pellegrin. Oh, my, that got him on the hand. Let's hope he's okay. He's got some padding on that right glove. And I think that's the one that got him on, and I hope he's fine. He's trotting to first, and you don't ever want to see the hand area get hit.
No, and too many bones in there. But it looked like it got him on the bottom of his hand, like on the wrist area.
Last name put up, first name what up?
He trots to first. He seems fine. We hope that's true. And here's Will Andrade. Will's at 327, a homer, 26 driven in.
Now batting number 11.
Each team with their pitchers hitting cleanup tells you a lot about their ability and the way they play the game and the confidence the coaches have in each swing, and a ball hit down the first base side, foul. Got out in front of it, hit it hard, but it's 0-1.
Got to see the first base umpire do a little dance.
How did he look? Nimble. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick.
He didn't get hit, so that's a plus. 4-man crew here.
No balls and a strike. Now 1-1.
Go ahead, throw it away.
You know, the umpire rule is to stay. You start in foul territory, and if it hits you, then it's foul. But he did the dance.
On 1-1 now. Navarro asking his catcher Prather to go through the signs again. Now he's got the one he wants. And he's pitching. And a swing and a ground ball hit hard up the middle to the shortstop for the fourth inning over. So in the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. We've played one, and Brother Martin has a 2-0 lead in game 1 in this series over Holy Cross. Well, he got the 0 up there. You know, you got to get that up there after you get the runs. He did just that.
Well, you know, it's so important, you know, to get the lead in any of these games in the playoffs. But the first game of the playoffs is the most important because it's tough when you have to sweep you the next 2 games. You want to get up 1-0, put the pressure on the other team to come up with and make big plays after big plays with elimination staring them in the face. So a 2-run lead early is big. Now the question is, you know, offensively you want to come back and after you give up 2 to put something on top. You didn't. Now you got to make sure you don't allow Brother Martin to put something on top of theirs. You got to hold it at 2 right here.
Will Andrade threw 21 pitches in the first inning. 15 were strikes. That wasn't the issue. 3 hits, 2 errors. That was the issue.
That was the issue, yeah.
He had a strikeout in the inning. And he'll work to Ben Switzer to get the top of the second inning started. It's game 1.
You know,
On this best of 3 series, again, the crowd here is fantastic. I'm just looking around here. It's awesome stuff.
it is a packed house, to say the least. You know, I was fortunate to be able to play in some big games. You know, played at Zephyr Park against Jesuit in the championship game in 05, and there were over 8,500 people there. You know, I mean, high school baseball will draw in the city of New Orleans. There's no doubt about that. It's a big deal.
Finishing the warm-up tosses and ready to go. And here's Ben Switzer to get it started.
13, Ben Switzer.
Another interesting dynamic of this matchup. Both coaches are at their alma maters. Jeff Lupo, 1992 class Brother Martin. Cal Benor, 2008 class Holy Cross. That seems to be a theme, or at least a lot of that in this league. Here's a top foul by Switzer. It's 0-1. You got Frank Cazzo and Archbishop Brummel, a 1981 graduate of Brummel, as I recall.
And of course, the Curtises.
Jeff, I mean, that goes without saying. Jeff Curtis, Here's the 0-1. Swing and a fly ball hit pretty well left center field. Center fielder coasting back with a play. Cirkovich makes the catch for out number 1. Switcherman. Good contact. Hit it to the bigger part of the ballpark. 1 gone, and here's Brody Shannon, who's had 339, no homers, and 12 driven in. I want to say Jeff was class of 94, Curtis, if not 95. If you're watching, Jeff, hit me up. Text me, buddy. I want to say 94. I'm just thinking out loud here. Here's Brody Shannon. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul. He got out in front of it. It's 0-1.
Well, it's so important right here for Andre to come back, for Will to come back right here and have a 1-2-3 inning or a short inning where he takes control. It gets this game back to where we expected it to be as a pitcher's duel.
The 0-1 pitch. He yanks it outside and low and back to the brick backstop here at Tiger Park. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
He just seems a little out of sync right now, you know, and that's not unusual for high school. I'm sure the adrenaline is flowing really hard. And he'll settle down. Coach Bonero will get with him and settle him down.
1-1. Breaking ball sits high. It's 2-1. Cal Bonura assisted by a guy he knows pretty well, Kenny Bonura, who handles the pitchers.
Yeah, call him pitches.
Now the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a fly ball hit well into right center field. Center fielder's not going to get that. Paints the gap. Rounding first, heads for second. He's going to get into second. Standing up, Shannon with a 1-out double. They have hit some balls hard. Well, this is such a good hitting team.
And they're good from 1 to 9, you know, and there's no easy place in their lineup for you to take a breath. You're going to have to make quality pitches to every batter to get yourself out of these innings. If you leave one up like that, he will tattoo it, and he does. That ball, the center fielder had no chance to get that. That ball was driven into right center, and it just kept sliding away from him as he approached.
Here's Stan Wiltz, who struck out swinging in the first. As he settles in. Check of the runner second. The pitch. Got a bunt. Took it high for a ball. Would have been bunting for a hit. Rather than a sacrifice in that situation.
Well, that's a good idea right there. He moves the infielders a little bit. You can see the first baseman's creeping way up now.
The 1-0, and he does bunt. Pitcher gets it. Andre guns, and he throws it wide, and that's going to be another run. Rounding third and heading home with the 3rd run of the game is Shannon, and it's 3-0 Brother Martin. Question is, was that a hit and an error or just a straight error? Not an easy chance for Andre.
I think with a good throw, he throws him out.
I do too. I think it's got to be
an error.
Probably got to be a sack, because even if he wasn't bunting as a sack, it's a sacrifice and a throwing error. It has to be. So Holy Cross throwing it around here early, and it's 3-0.
You know, it's just pressure.
Now Dara can do some more damage. Flew out to center his first time, but he's been dynamite against this team. As we mentioned earlier, it's high for a ball. To Dara.
Well, you know, in the first inning they went 1-2, strikeout, fly out, and then proceeded to score 2 runs. And here now they're just putting pressure again on Andrade.
0-1. And that is a strike called. It's 0-2. A 1-1, I should say, not 0-2. 1 ball, 1 strike. Check of the runner, the 1-1. He almost balked there, swing and a miss. Very, very close to not pausing at all there. He's quick to the plate, but he's real quick there.
And he's worried about Wiltz out there too, so he's working quickly.
Good pause here. 1-2. Yanked it, and that's a wild pitch. So on to third, and that's important, goes Wiltz, because he's there with only 1 out with a good hitter at the plate. And it's 2-2.
This gives him an opportunity to score a run without getting a hit here by moving him in. Good 90 move. Feet in this game is huge for.
Good move by Plancher to come in and try to settle down his hurler. Look, they've hit him, but the mistakes have really hurt. By the way, it's good weather tonight. Partly cloudy, but it's been mostly sunny. 81 degrees, and the wind is no factor. South at 4. Humidity is 64%. It's a pleasant night here in Gentilly.
Very nice.
Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball outside, so now Dara has worked the count full. 3-2.
Like I told my wife, it's the last cool front till September.
The beast has not arrived yet. It's coming. 3-2 the count. Check of the runner third. Infield is in. Payoff. Swing and a fly ball to center. Should be deep enough. Sirkovich surrounds it, catches it. Tagging, Wiltz to the plate. Great throw. Safe. Boy, that was an excellent throw by Sirkovich, but took a high hop. It's a sacrifice fly by Dara, who does the job, and Brother Martin increases the lead to 4-0. The wild pitch leads to another run.
The moving 90 feet without having to do anything certainly helps, and that gets in the run and the fourth run of the game. He almost threw him out right there. Had he long hopped him, he probably would have threw him out.
McCluskey bats. He takes the ball. He lined a single left his first time.
He knew he had to get a lot on that, and he ends up short hopping the catcher, which is why they don't have the tag play.
Here's a strike called. It's 1-1. Ball and a strike. And a swing and a foul. It's 1-2.
Sirkovich is in center marching around. I think he'd like to have that throw back again. He knows he could have threw him out.
And he checked on a ball down. He went around, it appeared. The throw will be to first for the out. The strikeout is recorded. And the inning is over, but 2 more runs score. It happens on one hit. There was another error, and the Crusaders leave no one on base. Bottom of the second coming. It's Brother Martin 4 and Holy Cross nothing. Tonight's coverage on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by the Lamarck Motor Company in Kenner. Lamarck Ford, the #1 Ford dealer in the Metro New Orleans market. Must be a reason. Well, Crusaders have put up deuces in consecutive innings here, Marty, and Cole Navarro normally doesn't need a whole lot of run support. He's got some here.
Yeah, and they're swinging the bats good. There's no strikeouts. They're swinging it and hitting the ball well. They're getting some help. The 3 errors have certainly hurt the Tigers here, but there's still a lot of baseball left to play. Plenty of at bats, but you've got to find a way to start nicking away at Cole Navarro.
Navarro back to the mound. He threw 19 pitches in the first. Only 10 were strikes. He hit a batter, pitched around it. Armed with a 4-run lead, he will work to Ryder Blanchard, Rube Guerra, and Mark Robert here in the second inning for the Tigers, who need to get something going here.
Well, when we saw Navarro earlier in the playoffs, you and I, he'll have an inning where he throws 19, 20, and then he'll have an inning where he throws 8, So as long as he mixes in the 8, his numbers stay pretty good, pretty solid.
Ryder Blanchard will lead it off for Holy Cross. The LSU Eunice commit will step up. 239 hitter, a homer, 36 driven in. We saw LSU Eunice a few times this year.
A very talented
Very good
group.
baseball team.
Yeah, very talented group. They do a great job out of Eunice.
First pitch. Fastball crowds him. It's 1-0.
Holy Cross has got to respond to him.
Quickly the 1-0. Swing and a ball hit straight up. Should be playable for whom? The first baseman or second baseman? Second baseman calls him off, stumbles, but making the catch is Wiltz for out #1. Just crossing over in the foul territory. And that's a good job by Wiltz. He called out the first baseman, Marty, because the first baseman is retreating, whereas the second baseman can see it all the way going across.
It's a much easier angle for the second baseman, and he wants to take charge right there. Wilson could get there easily too, which is part of it. If you can't get there easily, you let the first baseman try to make it. But he's backpedaling. He's in no man's land, and Wiltz makes a nice catch.
One gone, and here's a swing and a base hit up the middle on the first pitch by Rube Guerra. So Guerra delivers a 1-out single, the first hit for the Tigers. Right back through the originator. And Holy Cross gets its first hit of the game. And now Mark Robert will bat at 203 with no homers and 15 driven in for the senior.
Well, Rube Guerra went up there looking for a fastball, found one he liked, and just spanked it right up the middle. Solid single to start the inning with here after the first pop-up.
A lead by Guerra and a swing and a miss. First pitch swinging again. That's Robert. It's 0-1. So a little different approach here in the second inning for the Tigers, going early in the count. Oh, 1. Swing and a miss. Through a dive. Snap throw to first by Prather. Runner back. So it's 0-2.
That's 2 big swings by Robert, though. He took a hack that he was looking. If he hit it, it would have gone over the big wall and left.
No balls and 2 strikes on Robert. And the pitch and a swing and a foul back. He had a good cut at a fastball over the plate there. Holding it 0-2. Egan Prather behind the plate. So Loyola signee. Congrats to the Wolfpack. Jeremy Kennedy has his team in the NAIA playoffs again. Same thing with Suno. Nolan Parker Jr. had him on my radio show today on 106.7 The Ticket.
It's fun to see those guys doing well.
Runner takes off. They didn't see him. He just took off, and he's there easily. I mean, he just took off. Easy stolen base. Guerra noticed that Navarro really wasn't looking, and he took off before the pitcher even delivered.
You know, and Robert just took it, you know, like okay, my guy's going to steal it, but he had 2 strikes.
He did.
The pitch wasn't that high.
It was close, but it's 1-2. Prather wanted to know, in fact.
Yeah.
So runner in scoring position, 1 out. Snap throw to second. Close. Almost. Shannon got a little daylight there.
A little timing play. A little timing play right there. I'm sure the catcher drops the glove. Pitcher was looking at the plate and almost pulled it off.
On 1-2. Here it comes. Swinging a foul tip into the mid. He struck him out. Prather holds on, and that's out number 2. And the first strikeout for Navarro.
So Robert goes down on strikes. Guerra's still at second. Guerra's got to be careful. I mean, it is 4-0 already. You know, you want to score right here and cut into this lead, but you can't do anything too daring because the outs are important. Let them drive you home. You're already in scoring position.
There's Colin Tallett at 224, no homers and 12 driven in. Breaking ball, good pitch, strike call. Best one he's thrown thus far. Really good 12-6 movement there.
It was. He dropped that right in. It looked like it was high, and then just the bottom fell out.
Check, pitch, check, swing, roller toward third, swinging bunt, tough play. Third baseman throws, good play by Dara. Made it look easy, didn't he? And the inning is over with no runs and a hit, no errors, and 1 man left after 2. It's 4-0 Brother Marble. Ryan Dara's heading to Arizona State. You can see why.
Well, you know, when Wiltz bunted for his, there's an element of surprise there, and you're off and running on the bunt. A check swing up and in like that, the batter's not getting out of the box with any urgency. He's got to regroup and then go. So it gives you just a hair more time, but still a fine play. Nice pick and throw on the run, throws him out.
4-0 lead for Brother Martin after 2, and so far Navarro doing what Navarro does. He's pitched well, hasn't he?
He's got him off balance. He's able to make some quality pitches. Throws enough breaking balls in there to keep you honest. And his fastball's above average, and
Andrade back to the mound. 38 pitches in 2 innings. 26 are strikes. He has fanned a pair. Brother Martin's gotten to him for 4 hits, but they've made 3 errors. Behind him, 1 is 0, and it will be Navarro, Roussel, and Kropp here in the third. I was talking to both coaches before the game, and Jeff Lupo, obviously quiet confidence just because of the way his team has played. Went 12 in a row, and they beat Holy Cross twice. Cal Benora, quiet confidence as well, and just talking to Cal, I mean, the one thing we talked about was more games are lost than won. I mean, you can't make the mistakes. So far, his team has made the mistakes.
When he talked to me, he talked about not giving it away, making them earn it. The team he feared the most was his own. And something would they would play poorly and give the game away. And through the first 2 innings, the 3 errors is huge.
Leading off for the Crusaders, number 19, Cole Navarro.
Navarro leads it off, singled home a run, singled the first time and scored a run, and a swing and a foul back to the netting. It's 0-1.
And the one thing that stands out is we're sitting here and we've got a couple strikeouts, Andrade has, but they've hit the ball hard, and that's what makes usually errors occur.
0-1 is a good pitch for a strike. It's 0-2. So pitcher against pitcher, and Andrade has the edge. No balls and 2 strikes. Toward first, diving catch made by Guerra, foul number 1. It's a good pitch away. Good job of hitting by Navarro to go with it, and a good play by Guerra. That's just what you call good, and good.
Everything right on that. The hitter went in the right direction, took that ball. He got it a little off the end of the bat, but, he almost got it in the right spot, and Guerrero makes a great diving catch going to his left.
So nice play by Guerra, and here is Reese Roussel. Reached on an error in the first inning.
Coming to the plate, number 4, Reese Roussel.
New supply of balls for the home plate umpire, and again, these umpires, this crew is from Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge.
Here's Roussel. And a fastball dips low. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
We've seen Roussel a few times. He stays within the zone. He hits the ball the other way.
2-0. We're in the top of the third. It's 4-0. That's the edge for Brother Martin in game 1 of this best-of-3 series. Andrade doing some yard work on his jersey there. And making sure he's got the uniform intact, where he's comfortable. Pitchers have to be comfortable. Now the 2-0. Swinging a chopper to short. Tom Pellegrin a high hop and a strong throw. 2 gone.
Nicely done. Got a nice 3-hopper, 2-hopper to short. Big hop on the last one. Comes up and throws a seed across the diamond. Throws Roussel out easily. This is the kind of inning that Andre needed. He needs to get out of here right now and keep his team at 4. He needs to settle in so he can go deep in the game.
Here's Cody Kropp, and he takes a fast strike. Kropp ripped a double his first trip.
And the thing about Will is right now is it's not that he's all over the place. He's not. He's throwing a lot of strikes, maybe too many strikes. They're making good contact. And
0-1 sits high. Even up, ball and a strike.
Of course, again, defense has hurt him. He was part of that.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch makes it 1-2.
Still left that a little up. He took a big hack at it. Swung right through it.
And enough movement.
Yeah. Had enough drop to it to swing over the top.
Now the 1-2 pitch. Kropp takes a pitch that just missed. The outside edge of the knees. Oohs and ahs all around us. It's 2-2.
Yeah, coming from me, too. Excellent pitch right there.
The next one. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. His third strikeout of the game. There's the big 1-2-3 inning that Andrade needed and the Tigers needed. And we go to the bottom of the third. Brother Martin still up 4-0 over Holy Cross. Tonight's coverage on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by Ochsner Andrews Sports Medicine Institute. Don't let a sports injury keep you sidelined. Our team offers health care for athletes with same-day appointments available near you. Visit Ochsner.org/sportsmed to learn more. I got a feeling tonight's going to be a good night. Yeah. For one of these two teams.
Yes, well, right there, Holy Cross, and Andre puts up a 1-2-3 and stops the bleeding. And now they have to respond. There's got to be an inning in here where they put together something and get themselves right back into this game. And it doesn't have to be 4. It could just be 2, They have to put something together, put a good quality inning together, and I'm sure that's what Cal is telling them over there is, come on, there's a lot of baseball left. Let's have some quality at-bats and get ourselves back in this game.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, they hit 317 for the year. So we know they have quality hitters through their lineup too, and they just need to execute right now. The problem always comes that once you they start looking at that scoreboard, see that 4, and they start to count outs and just start to panic. You need them to stay on keel. That's why it's important you do something and score some kind of run here so that you can put yourself back in the game.
Bottom of the third inning coming. 4-0 Brother Martin, and leading it off is Colton Garrett's at 329 out of the 9-hole. Homer's 28 driven in. He has a strike called. It's 0-1, and that's pitch number 30 for Navarro, and it's his 19th strike.
That's a lot of RBIs for a 9-hole.
Breaking ball away. People have changed their philosophy in recent years. We've seen this at every level. Teams are putting good hitters in the 9-hole and guys that can run and work counts in the 9-hole like a second leadoff man. There is a strike called. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, that's
a lot of
they're
Delgado games, and it's a big philosophy of Joe Sherman. He's done that in recent years.
But they're also putting power guys at the top, so.
Breaking ball hit in the air pretty well to right. Right fielder back should have a play. Making the catch is Crop for out number 1. Good contact by Garretts. Takes it the other way for the out. A lot of fans outside that fence probably yelling there as that ball went that way.
I got it. He hit that ball well. He drove the right fielder back. He's able to turn and make the catch, but that ball was on the barrel.
1 gone, and it's Chris Cirkovich, the leadoff hitter. He grounded to short his first trip. First pitch is a strike at the knees. Got the call. It's 0-1. Good receiving job by Prather there. You can appreciate that. An old catcher.
Well, he does a good job back there, no doubt.
0-1. And he bunts it. Pitcher goes to get it. Pounced on it very quickly. Good play by Navarro. He really got off the mound quickly to get to that ball. 2 gone.
And the third baseman was already playing up, so he got to play the bunt a little bit too close to the pitcher's mound, and Navarro was able to jump on it and throw him out.
Cirkovich limping a little bit. Don't like that.
No.
Speed guy and a center fielder, and he's definitely limping. And here's Greg Ruiz, who popped to short his first time.
Now batting number 2, Greg Ruiz.
First pitch, breaking ball, good one, but just missed. 1-0. It's a fastball strike over the inside edge. It's 1-1. 2 close pitches. 1 a ball, 1 a strike.
He busted him in right there. That was a good fastball on the inside corner.
Swing and a ball hit in the air. Foul. Catcher over. First baseman over. First baseman has a play and making the catch is Lamont. It's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Cole Navarro, who's rolling now. We've played 3 and the Crusaders are rolling 4-0 over the Tigers after 3 innings. Boy, very quick inning for both pitchers there.
Yeah, very, very fast right there. Navarro went inside twice. He fisted him the first time. We got the call on the first one. This next one, he fisted him. So half popped to first, but he's now spotting up now and throwing the ball. Got good movement, good heat on the fastball. And he's got a 4-run lead, so he's feeling pretty good right now.
Back to the mound goes Andrade. He's thrown 49 pitches in the first 3 innings. He's now set down for 5 in a row. And he'll work to Lamont, Switzer, and Shannon.
And he's thrown a lot of strikes, too, which, he's all around the plate. He's not doing a bad job. Defensively, they hurt him. Of course, he hurt himself on the bunt. But
33 strikes in his 49 pitches.
Yeah, that's a good ratio. I don't believe he's walked anybody, and he's challenging the hitters.
Sunset arriving here in Gentilly. Bronson Lamont will lead it off. Grounded to third to end the first inning. Pitch number 50 is a strike from Will Andrade. It's 0-1.
Well, what a beautiful place this is, and what a beautiful school off to behind the right field wall. You know, this is a great place after the storm.
0-1 is a good breaking ball. Strike called. It's 0-2. So Andrade's gotten better as this game has progressed. 0-2. Swing and a fly ball to right. Right fielder got turned around. That ball's carrying to the wall, and it's going to be off the wall. On his way to second base is Lamont with a ringing double. Well, they've hit some balls well the other way, haven't they?
They have, and right there, Ruiz got turned around. I don't know if he gets back to that. I mean, the ball hits the bottom of the fence. If he's able to get back there, he could catch it, but
wasn't the really good route that you wanted, right?
No. He hesitated on his turn, and then by the time he straightened himself out, it was too late.
Now how do you play it if you're Jeff Lupo? Ben Switzer at the plate. They hit up and down the lineup. Bunt's always a possibility, but they're good hitters. Switzer flied to center his first time, hit the ball pretty good. Runner at second, Lamont with nobody out. First baseman's way in, not bunting. And a ground ball down the third base side is a foul ball by about a foot. No one won the count. Just foul, but it was. 4 umpire crew, so you got to umpire position perfectly there to see that play. Hit right at him.
Should get a good look at that one.
You bet. I mean, you get the 4-man crew when you get this deep in the playoffs. It's good to see. Makes it a lot better game and easier to call. No balls and a strike on Switzer. And the pitch. And he checked. He went around. It's 0-2. Good breaking ball. Sharp movement.
That was a good pitch.
Ahead.
That was a real good pitch. And he wanted to go the other way when the bottom fell out of it. He swung right and tried to check up, but to no help.
Oh, and 2 the count. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That's a good pitch. Andrade gets strikeout number 4, and that's out number 1 here in the 4th.
Well, now you're going, man, I should have bunted him. Yeah. After his at-bat's done as a coach, you're going, man, I should have gave him up right there. But he's had some really good games. He had a good tournament last the 2 games we did over at Rooney.
Here is Brody Shannon, doubled and scored in the second inning. Breaking ball, a strike call at the letters, 0-1. Runner second, 1 out. Andrade with a inside move, but no throw towards second. Shortstop position well off the bag with the right-handed hitter, so nothing there. Just letting him know he's paying some attention to him. Swing and a miss. Chased a good breaking ball. Down and out. Quickly has Shannon in a hole 0-2.
Shannon tried to take a swing at a real good breaking ball out of the zone.
0-2. Down and out. It is 1-2.
Andrade has really settled in. Other than the ball, the double to right, he's just making quality pitch after quality pitch.
Now the 1-2. And a ground ball to third. Backhand. Nice play. Talent. Long throw coming. He's on the money. Runner for third. Good base running. Throw it away. Another error will plate another run. And Brother Martin takes a 5-0 lead. Well, he didn't really have a chance to get him at third there. And the throw by Guerra was wide. And plates another run. I mean, sometimes caution is the better part of valor. You know, you'd much rather be 2 outs with a runner at third there, but.
Well, you want to make him drive him in, and instead you try to make a play that you really can't because you have no chance.
No.
He was about halfway down. The third baseman would have looked at him. He might have had a chance, but he did the right thing, took the out.
Breaking ball back to the netting. It's 1-0. I mean, they've given away so many runs. I mean, that's 4 errors in this game against a quality team.
And every error has turned into a run, you know.
Mm-hmm. And now a 5-0 Bulge. Wiltz is struck out. He's had a sacrifice, reached on an error, scored a run. So he's 0 for 1 officially. 1-0 pitch, and it is a strike. It's 1-1. One pitch. Outside, it's 2-1.
Got to find a way to find this third out right here.
The 2-1 pitch. Ground ball up the middle of second. Nice backhand pick, Blanchard. Strong throw for the out. A run scores on a hit with one key error. Nobody left. The bottom of the fourth inning is coming, and Brother Martin's lead is now 5-0 over Holy Cross. Tonight's coverage on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by Gibbs Construction, a leader in the construction industry in Louisiana and the Gulf Coast for more than 45 years. Transforming dreams, visions, and plans into reality. Gibbs Construction. Well, the hole gets deeper for the Tigers, Marty.
Yeah, and another error too. It's self-inflicted, and that's the. It's one thing to fall behind, but when you're doing it to yourself, it makes it really hard. And they've got to regroup, but you know it's hard to do against Cole Navarro. He's not going to give you anything, and now as the lead is stretched to 5, he's just going to go out there and pound the zone. And it's just frustrating as a coach and as a coaching staff, because you prepare them, you get them ready. 31-4. What a fabulous year! You know, I've coached a lot of years, and winning 30 games I did once in 35 years. You know, it's hard to win 30 games, and Holy Cross has done that. Set themselves up for a weekend series at their place, and then come out and just play to the top of their game.
Still a long way to go, but certainly looking straight up right now. And a 5-0 deficit against a quality hurler in Cole Navarro, who's only had 38 pitches in 3 innings. And he's got 25 strikes to his credit. He's hit a batter and struck out a batter. He's pitched to contact very well. Here's Tom Pellegrin, who did get hit by a pitch back in the first inning. The Tulane commit waits. Here's the pitch on the way from the UNO signing, and there's a pop foul out of play. Get the feeling they'll see each other quite a bit at the next level. Tulane UNO, 0-1.
There'll be a few Pelican Cup games there, you know.
Got a few there. Boy, the Privateers have really controlled that in recent years. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Down and out. It's 1-1.
They can really hit.
They can. I like both sides. I really do. I like both.
Really
like both teams. Like the coaches, Dax Norris, Jay Ullman, good men. Have them on my radio shows regularly. We carry both of their products as schools. Here's a pitch missing away. It's 2-1. We carry UNO basketball and baseball on 106.7 The Ticket. Carry Tulane football and basketball on 106.7 The Ticket. 2 balls and a strike and another pitch to Pellegrin. And that is a fastball, I guess, away, and it's 3-1. These are close pitches, but Pellegrin commanding the strike zone gets ahead here. Tigers need base runners. What a beautiful night here.
Pitch to hit right here.
And a swing and a tap foul. He was hacking. Got on top of it. It's full 3-2. As I was saying, a beautiful night here in Gentilly. I mean, this is ideal. Can we just kind of box this?
Freeze it.
Yeah, keep it. Would be nice. Another payoff pitch, and he's up and in. There's Pellegrin walking. So, leadoff man on for the first time for the Tigers. Maybe the start of something good, as that's walk number 1 from Navarro, which will get Andre to the plate.
I think the last time we did their game, I said the same thing. He's got the lead, now he's got to pound the zone. And he got himself into a jam last time, and he starts this one with a leadoff walk.
Well, they're down 5-0, but Pellegrin's 21 stolen bases on the year out of 22 attempts. Here's Andrade. Quick pitch and a strike called. It's 0-1. He was delivering quickly, and that was really before Pellegrin got a lead.
Well, I don't think we're going to see him run here.
I doubt it, but
I'd be very surprised.
Unless you feel like you got to create. Not the situation to do it. Navarro checks him. Breaking ball, sharp, swung on and missed. And it's now no balls and 2 strikes. Quality pitch by Navarro, who now snaps the throw to first. Quickly to check Pellegrin, who was trying to get a walking lead there on the last pitch.
Well, that's a lot of stolen bases and a great percentage, too. So he's definitely a threat. And, of course, Brother Martin knows that. He is running.
Snap throw to first.
The way he was shuffling his feet, he looked like he was going to run.
Well, he looked like it on the last pitch, but Navarro got rid of it pretty quickly. 0-2 the count. Pellegrino lead. He draws the throw. He was leaning, and he's just back. He was leaning. Almost got him. Lamont the swipe tag, but he's just in. Lamont lets his pitcher know, yeah, he was safe. First baseman will let you know.
Yeah. Get it lower. A little lower, I had him.
And another throw over there.
Yeah, but he cut his lead back considerably on that.
Now he jumps right back off like, look at me. Come on. Come at me. Come on. The pitch. Breaking ball, fly ball left center field. Should be handled. Who wants it? Center fielder costing over and making the catch is McCluskey. For on number 1, Pellegrin returns to first.
He went back and tagged and faked the bluff to second, but he's not gambling here.
Now batting number 17, Ryder.
Here's Ryder Blanchard. Popped out to second his first time. It's a pretty short left field fence here, but it's a gigantic fence. Like the Blue Monster, if you will. Up and in, ball 1.
I coached the first 10 years of my career at the old Skelly Rupp, so I'm used to short fences.
I want to say it's 24 feet high in left field. 1-0 the count. The pitch. Swing. A foul back on the plate. 1-1 the count. Blanchard.
They haven't good.
Eunice commit. Stepped out. We'll get back in.
The Tigers are getting some pretty good cuts on these. You know, they're not barreling a lot up yet, but they're feeling it.
Pellegrin continues to capture the attention of Navarro. Pitcher is asking for time. He wants to talk to his infielders and his catcher. Now, you're up 5-0. I wouldn't be so preoccupied.
No.
I mean, he's thrown over, 3-4 times, and now he's calling his infielders in. I understand you don't want a guy to take second, but it's a 5-run lead. And he's pitched well. And you like his chances focusing on the hitter.
Well, even if he takes second, you still got to drive him home, and there's still a lot of work to do to get him into the plate. But he is drawing way more attention than he should be.
Blanchard back in. And a fastball away. Prather bluffs the throw. And it's 2-1. Pellegrin sure is attracting a lot of attention, especially in a 5-0 game. And 2 balls and a strike.
You're behind in the count. If you lose this batter, then he won.
And now he is behind 3-1.
You know, if he drew enough attention that you end up walking the batter, then he was successful. And that's what,
and I think that's why Jeff Lupo's coming out right now. You're a coach. I don't know it, but I'm guessing he's coming out to say, look, we got a 5-run lead. Let's just worry about getting a hitter here. Instead, we're. I
used to ask my guys, where's the tying run at?
Yeah.
He's over there sitting down somewhere.
Yeah,
that's the only one that matters.
He's the 6th or 7th guy sitting down or standing on the railing.
He's not. These guys are not relevant yet, you know. Make them earn every base. One year I had, when Coach Cazzo at Rummel we were way ahead and he was stealing bases and my guys were freaking out. I told him, we're not going to hold him anymore. Just let him have him. You know, all he's doing is trying to rattle you all. It's working.
Frank may be watching right now, so I'm sure he'll
remember those.
Let you know about it. 3 balls and a strike on Blanchard. And the pitch. Swing and a ball hit to center field. There to make the catch is McCluskey. Pellegrin retreats to first with 2 outs.
See, you can even, and that's the thing. with him on first base, they find the barrel. If they get a single, they get a single. But most of the time, they're going to hit something that you're going to be able to catch.
Rue Guerra to the plate. He singled and stole a base back in the second, but was stranded. Went after the first pitch from Navarro, a single in the second inning, which is the only hit the Tigers have right now. And he checked his swing on a breaking ball, laid off. It's 1-0.
That was a good pitch. Nice breaking ball. Broke off the plate. Rue does a great job of getting his hands started and then changing his mind.
Now the 1-0. And that is just low. It's 2-0. Prather tried to steal the call there. Didn't get it. 2-0. It's a good catcher, good receiver, good thrower. Heading to Loyola. 2-0 the count on Guerra. Another swing and a fly ball in pretty well to left. Left fielder is back. Should have room, though. There, making the catch is Roussel. And the inning is over. Pitch to contact, get outs, no runs, no hits. One man stranded. That's 3 left on base by the Tigers. Navarro's shut them down through 4. We headed the 5th. Brother Martin 5. Holy Cross nothing.
You know, throw pitches, even to contact, and stay in the ballpark. And let your fielders have a chance to go get them. And that's what Navarro's doing right now, having great success. Through 4 innings, he's only given up the one single earlier to Rue, who led off the second inning with it.
Yeah, he got a base hit in the second inning with 1 out, and that's the only hit they have. And back to the mound goes Andrade. In the 5th, he's at 63 pitches. In the game, he's walked no one, struck out 4. Not throwing the ball badly. Brother Martin has 3 doubles in the game. And, of course, the errors have been massive. 4 of those by the Tigers.
Well, and the problem is when you spot them 4 runs, is it takes away all the things you can do offensively, all the bunting, all the space running, all the gambling going from first to home on doubles. You know, it takes all that away from you. And not that they've had a lot of doubles, but it just makes this game so much harder when you spot the other team to lead.
On to the 5th we go. Ryan Dara leads it off 2, 3, and 4 for the Crusaders in the 5th inning. Dara has fly to center, and he's had a sacrifice fly, which was also to center to drive in a run. That was in the second inning. First pitch is swung on and hit foul down the first base side. Dara trying to go the other way. It's 0-1.
Got a pitch off the plate, and he went with it, drove it, ended up a few feet foul. They're a good-looking hitter, though. Great bat speed.
0-1, a breaking ball down and away. Count is even at a ball and a strike. And down and out. It's 2-1.
It's odd to see a Louisiana player going to Arizona. You usually see it go the other way around. A lot more Arizona players come to Louisiana to play.
And now 3-1 to Ryan Dara. Dictates in this situation.
He'll get a hack on this one.
3-1. And he took one inside, so he's on with a leadoff walk to start the 5th inning. That's the first walk issued by Andrade, and that gets Brady McCluskey to the plate. He lined a single to left in the first and scored a run. Struck out in the 3rd, or rather in the 2nd. So he's 1 for 2. McCluskey waits. Snap throw to first. Good lead there for Dara. He gets back. And Ryan Dara with 12 steals. He's not been caught stealing. A very efficient base runner. He's got a big lead.
That's a huge lead.
Andrade notes it. and naturally throws over, and that's about as far as he can get with that lead.
That's 2 in a row, both very, very close.
Yeah, he's got as much as he can get with his lead right
If he hesitates at all, he's going to be out.
I think he just extended it an inch or two. Andrade sees that. And yes, he will go there. And again, about the same result. He's in by about a quarter of a step.
And it's, he's way out there, but he's really kind of a one-lane lead. He knows he's going back. If he pitches to the plate, he'll probably jab back anyway.
He does, and it is a ball, 1-0, but he's certainly split the attention.
He has, and which is what you're teaching. I mean, that's exactly what you'd like your base runners to do. Get as far as they can and be able to get back on the pitch, anticipating that, and then you pick the pitch that he steals.
Throws to first to chase the runner back once again. So Guerra getting a workout over there, being held on by Guerra. We're in the fifth. It's 5-0 Brother Martin, Game 1, best-of-3 series, semifinals. Select Division 1. Another throw to first, closest one yet. But he's back. I mean, they're going to
keep good stuff right here.
Yes. Little cat and mouse game. Right now, the mouse is getting back in safely by the hair of his chinny chin. Ball down, a delayed steal. Throw down is wide. He's safe. Oh, Dara timed that up perfectly with the delayed steal. And he's 13 for 13 on the season in stolen bases.
Perfect timing. He had their attention. Everything that you wanted worked his way. And then the catcher's throw sailed to the first base side.
2-0 the count now. A base hit could play to another. McCluskey waits and he swings and hits it well to right center field. Back goes the right fielder to the fence, to the wall. It's off the wall. On to second goes McCluskey. The front end runner didn't read it well, and he's only at third base. I'm not sure why.
Well, he tagged.
Well, I mean, that ball was never going to be caught, though.
I know, but he tagged, and that's why he only got third base.
So a double for McCluskey, who hit the daylights out of it. That's the longest one yet. Almost got out of here. That's 4 doubles for Brother Martin. What an impressive sophomore he is.
That is a pretty swing right there. And he destroyed that pitch. He hit that as far as this park will hold. That's the deepest park.
Here comes Kenny Benora, the pitching coach. Bones heading that way.
Bones been doing this a long time.
Bones was part of that 1984 College World Series team from the University of New Orleans under Ron Maestri. And it should be noted that his teammate Wally Whitehurst is here tonight watching. Still living in Houma. Great to see the whip. Talked to him earlier. What a pitcher, what a guy.
That was a really good team. That was a real good team.
They were one pitcher short, man.
Yep.
And they had everything else you needed.
Now, Coach Maestri always says the best team he ever coached was the 79 team.
No doubt. I agree 100%.
Which I was on, so I'm a little selfish.
Well, I think talent-wise it was the best team. Same thing, pitcher short.
Yeah.
Lost that game in a tournament, and when it ended up 2-2. I mean, when you lose that game early in a tournament, it's so hard to come back.
Dave Freilich, Al Cohors, Ron Dixon.
Yeah, there you go. Al Cohors. There you go. There's a good name.
Yep.
Dixon, certainly. Leroy was the catcher. Yeah. Shivey was the first baseman, and Coletti was the second baseman. The shortstop. Manera, the second baseman. McGann, the third baseman.
McGann ended my career.
Perez in right field. Bush in left field, and Quaddy in center field. How's that?
Not bad.
Here's Cole Navarro. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Sharp breaking ball by Andre, who needs to come up big here if they want to keep his team in the game. Already down 5-0.
Yeah, he can't afford to give up one, let alone two.
And a guy with 33 RBI.
Yeah, they're right in the right spot of their lineup, though.
0-1 pitch. Got a bunt, and he bunts it foul, and they had the play on. Runner was breaking for the plate. All right, it's quickly 0-2 on Navarro, though. I get it to a degree, but boy, you got a guy with 33 RBI. I'd like to see him swing it.
Well,
now he's 0-2.
Usually, I don't usually do that with no outs. I might do it with 1 out, depending on the hitter. But
here it comes. Breaking ball just dips down. Good take. And it's 1-2.
That's too close to take, though, right?
Well, you're
there.
not going to hit that pitch. He knew it, too. 1-2 the
You
count.
better fight it off somehow.
He did by taking it. 1-2. That snaps inside. It's 2-2. Catcher wanted the inside corner. Garrett's didn't get it. It's two close pitches, and it's 2-2.
It didn't look like it came back. You know, it came down, but it didn't look like it came back. Of course, we don't have the best angle for that.
2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on the pitch. Swinging a looping line drive into center field. That's a base hit. Both runs are going to score. On his way to second is Navarro. The throw there is in time for the out. It's a 2-run single and an 8-6 put out at second base. And it's a 7-0 lead as Navarro helps himself with a 2-run single.
And he didn't swing all the way through that. He kind of check swung it, you know, making sure he had contact. He didn't take the full cut, but he was able to shoot it into center field. You know, a great attempt at center field, but wasn't able to come up with it in 2-run score.
1 out for Reese Roussel, who's reached on an error and grounded out. Took it high and tight, 1-0.
You know, Serkovich almost came up with a great play on that. It would have gave up probably the runner from third would have scored, but he almost came up with that. It was a great attempt.
Took it down and in. It's 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. And now 3-0. So Reese Roussel dictating here.
Talked about what a good hitter he is going the other way.
Man, that is ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Roussel. And now Cody Kropp, who's doubled and struck out.
We can't see bullpens, but there looks like there's somebody out there.
Yeah, I would think so, given the circumstances.
He just shook his hat at the dugout, so whoever it is ready.
Oh, it's tough for a coach. Do you surrender a game? Do you want to use a lot of pitchers? I mean, how do you approach it when it's a best of 3? Got to make that decision and that determination early on. Here's Cody Kropp with a double and a strikeout. Bruce Roussel at first, 1 out. Showed bunt and he stabs at it, missed it. It's 0-1.
Well, you got to remember that early in the year we played 4-game weekends, so you saw a lot of your staff early in the year, and you may pick somebody that's not in the top of your staff to go in and finish this one, knowing that 7 runs against Cole is going to be a lot, but you're not giving up because you're bringing in a new pitcher, but you also know that you got to sweep the next 2.
Not sure what the delay is here.
It's an offensive conference.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that, but I'm just wondering why it's taking so long.
Got a lot to say.
Whatever it was, it's kind of like, hey, if you're going to bunt, don't stab at it. Something like that. Right?
Hey, hit a double.
Pitch, look out up for a ball.
Get in on the party. Hit a double.
It's 1-1. He's done that already, and Brother Martin's blasted 4 doubles in this game. It's just a flat-out good hitting team. They're doing it against a very good pitcher. Here it is. Down and out. 2 balls and a strike. Roussel dancing way off the bag at first there. Drew a look from Garrett's behind the plate. On 2-1, the pitch. Swinging a foul tip. It's 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes on Cody Kropp. Swinging a ground ball to second. Let's see how this works. Second for 1. First for 2. Here's the twin killing. 4-6-3 to end the inning. Good turn. Blanchard to Pellegrin to Guerra to end the inning. But 2 runs cross the plate on a couple of hits with no errors and nobody left on base. Let's take a stretch from Tiger Park where Brother Martin now has a 7-0 lead over Holy Cross. And Trahan, Marty Luquette in tonight's coverage on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by the Lamarck Motor Company in Kenner. Lamarck Pre-Owned has a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles, all makes and models, We have great deals for you, folks. And there must be a reason. Check it out.
Check it out. Really good job right there of Blanchard allowing the ball to waiting and then anticipating its bounce. Getting a nice flip over to shortstop. Pellegrin makes the nice turn, throws him out. Pretty. Hey, it's obvious Holy Cross is well coached. You know, they do things right. They're going to the right places. They're trying to do too much early in the game, and I think it hurt them.
Again, you're one step away from playing for a state championship, and the anxiety level is high, obviously, right?
Oh, absolutely. You know, and Coach Lupo and I were talking about these games how they used to be. Well, you were at the state tournament, 8 teams. It was a big deal, and there was lots of folks, and it's out of town, and you know, the 3-game sets here in New Orleans, like these guys are what, 2 miles apart?
A mile apart.
A mile apart.
Yeah.
You know, good on the budget, but not so. Not an event, you know. And you're looking. If they'd had these games at one of the colleges, those guys will remember those as their last games. You know.
First pitch is a strike called from Navarro to Mark Robert. It's 0-1. That was pitch number, 56. This is high for a ball. It's 1-1. Holy Cross won a state championship back in 1969. The Tigers beat Chalmette, their rival, in the state title game. Fast strike. It's 0-2. Brother Martin has won it twice over the years. Won in 1984, their brilliant team under Barry Hebert. Won in 1996. Ooh, just missed.
Well, did Holy Cross win one recently?
No.
4A.
No.
I could have swore you had in your story the
1-2 missing away.
Someone that broke that. I don't
And
know.
it's 2-2. Well, I was looking at 5A only, but I mean,
Yeah.
from the standpoint of, you know, you're talking about in 4A baseball. 2-2 pitch, swing and a pop foul out of play, holding at 2-2. So the count holding at 2-2. Holy Cross did not win a state championship. They played for a 4A championship in 2012. The only state championship the school has won is in 1969, as I mentioned.
That's a long ways.
2-2. Swinging a foul back. But they did play for a 4A title in 2012. So holding at 2-2.
Do you know how hard those are to win?
Yeah, extremely.
Destrehan hasn't won one since '62.
Fastball walked him on a 3-2 pitch. Leadoff man on with a walk for the second straight inning against Navarro. As Robert had a good at-bat. And now Colin Talent will bat.
I think it nicked Robert right there.
Well,
and ate the catcher up.
They called a hit batter, I guess.
Yeah, and then the catcher got hit with it. Here comes the trainer.
Either way, he's on. Well, they're going to check him out, Prather, to make sure. Yeah, it does go as a hit batter. Second of the game by Navarro. Make sure Egan's okay. Says, I'm good.
The catcher is. You can't hurt them. And even if he is hurt, he ain't going anywhere.
Oh, he's going to run it first with nobody out. Visit to the mound by the infielders is complete. Here's Colin Talent, who grounded to third his first time.
Leadoff man on in the bottom of the fifth. See if the Tigers can put together an inning, get themselves back in this game.
Navarro delivers down and out. Snap throw by Prather. 1-0 the count.
Can't be hurt too bad, making throws over it.
He's just fine. 1-0 is a fastball strike called. It's 1-1. Navarro seems to have the same velocity he had earlier in the game. He's typically going to be mid, slightly upper 80s with that fastball. The pitch, ground ball foul. And it's a ball and 2 strikes on Talent.
He throws it hard enough to be able to pitch at the top of the count of the top of the
Yeah,
strike
at this
zone.
level, no doubt.
And if you're able to do that, you got a little something on it. You know, it's got some run. It's got good rotation. You know, he lives up there. That's his spot. And then he comes off of that, throws that breaking ball for a strike, and that he's got a 2-pitch mix. He really doesn't throw many changeups.
1-2. Chopper right off the plate, which hits the hitter. It's a foul ball. Talent stays alive. Only 1 strikeout for Navarro. He's pitched to contact in this
Yeah,
game.
he hasn't. As I said, Holy Cross has got good hitters through their line up there making contact. He's not blowing them away.
Another 1-2. Breaking ball hammered down the third baseline into the corner. Rounding second and heading for third is Robert. He's there. It's a double. Standing up for Talent, and here come the Tigers.
Just what we're talking about. You got to get a guy on base, then get a big hit. Now you have 2 guys in scoring position with no outs. You got to get them home.
Jeff Lupo started out and then went back, and this sends his catcher to the Mount Prather. Looked like a breaking ball. It stayed up, and he was able to hammer it into the corner on a 1-2 pitch. Wanted that pitch down and out.
Well, that's what I said. He's throwing his fastball up there, so he throws his curveball off the fastball, and that one stayed up, and he was able to turn on it and hit it right over the bag for a double. So this is the inning. You know, I mean, this is the opportunity right now to cut into that lead, and you never know how many you can get in an inning.
Here's Colton Garrett's with an opportunity. He flew out to right in the 3rd inning. And Navarro's going to pitch from the full windup. And delivers a swing and a miss and a fastball. Garrett's went up there pumping 0-1.
He just challenged him right there. That was old-fashioned hardball. And he swung for as hard as he could.
0-1 pitch. Good pitch. Strike called 0-2. Navarro with 2 good fastballs to get ahead.
You can hear the Holy Cross fans. They weren't real happy with that call.
0-2 pitch. Shows it to him away. It's 1-2.
And when you're trying to put a inning together, you don't feel like you get a pitch taken from you.
1-2's pop foul back out of play. Watch the car. Holding it 1-2.
And they're parked close around here now.
Yeah, I've got a strategic place. I have a definitive strategy when I come into this ballpark. I do at all parks, really, but when you know the park, you kind of know where to go. Knock on wood, right? Hopefully I'll have done that. Here it comes. And he threw a fastball that just missed the inside edge. Whew. And it's 2-2. A lot of oohs and ahs there from the Brother Martin side.
Well, each side's oohed and awed once.
2-2. Ground ball up the middle of base hit. 1 run scores. Second runner will stop at third. The Tigers are on the board and have an inning together. It's 7-1. Garrett drives home the run. Stopping at third wisely is Talent. Still nobody out. And you flip the lineup for Sirkovich. And we'll get a runner at first base as well. And so running at first base for the Tigers will be Luke Appy at first.
Well, your lead off, your 7-hole walks, your 8-hole doubles, your 9-hole singles up the middle gets you your first run of the day. You got to feel like this is it. This is the big inning. Rolling back to the top of the lineup.
Sirkovich has grounded out twice, once to short, once to the pitcher. Brother Martin's in damage control. Holy Cross is in pile up the run control. Trying to be out of control.
Be aggressive here.
The pitch. Swing and a drive into left center field. That ball's going to paint the gap. A run is home. Another runner for third. It's an RBI double by Chris Sirkovich, and it's 7-2.
Here we go. We got us a ball game now.
Sirkovich first pitch swinging, and here comes Jeff Lupo. They're hitting the ball hard here. It all started with a hit batter.
It did. I called it a base on balls. You're right. It ricocheted off the batter. Hit by pitch, double, single, double.
You got to play 7 innings against Holy Cross. They've been this type of team all year. That record is what it is for a reason. They grind out 7 innings. They play hard the whole way. And Navarro was the master of all he surveyed for 4 innings, but they're mastering him here in the 5th inning. That's 3 consecutive hits, well-struck balls, and now Greg Ruiz with a chance to add on. He has popped to short, popped to first. He hasn't added out of the infield yet. Now would be a good time for him and the Tigers. Visit is complete. And here's Ruiz, who's driven in 22.
Well, I mean, Navarro came into this inning having given up just 1 hit in the first 4 innings, but 3 in a row right here.
Navarro with the sign. And the pitch. And a fastball inside. 1-0.
Right there, catcher came out looking at third. You don't want to get an out on the bases here. That would be devastating to this inning.
There's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a ground foul down the third base side. Struck hard, but foul. It's 1-1. They are able to turn on Navarro here in the 5th inning. Hitting everything hard and turning on these pitches he's making. I wonder if he's lost a little bit. A ball and a strike. And the pitch. Got the call on the corner at the knees, borderline for sure, and it's 1-2.
That's the second time this inning he's got that call.
And he's needed it because he's had a rough time.
Yes.
1-2 to Ruiz. Time call. Prather wants to talk to his pitcher. A lot of chess going on here. Moving the pieces around, discussing things frequently. That was a quick one from Prather.
Navarro standing on the rubber, twisting that ball in his hand. He needs to be careful. Drop that thing, and we'll have another run.
Will stretch and pitch. Breaking ball, liner into center. That's a base hit. Another run will score. It's 7-3, and the train keeps rolling for the Tigers.
And they're playing station to station. They're not gambling, 1 base at a time.
This has happened really quickly against Navarro. They have simply solved him. 4 consecutive hits after the hit batter, and now the best hitter, Dom Pellegrin, at the plate, who's been hit by a pitch and walked, so he's 0 for 0. He has a chance to strike a real blow here. Back within 4, the Tigers are back in the game, and they can really get back in it.
I mean, they're still playing, hitting with no outs, and there's a lot of action still left in this inning.
Against a pitcher who's only struck out 1. And he yanks that one in the dirt, runner for second. Prather's going to throw through, cut off wisely. So it's a wild pitch, and now 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out. And a 1-0 count to a dynamite hitter. And again, time call. This is what I don't like about this level.
Right.
I really like what they've done at the other levels to change the visits.
And worse, the worst thing is now the catcher has an earpiece.
Yes.
So you can tell him to go.
I got it.
You know?
Home plate umpire's seen enough of this. He didn't hesitate here. I don't blame him because there's been a ton of visits here. Now they're killing for time.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've got somebody throwing. And that's what this is all about, as much as anything.
And he wasn't up because there was no reason for him to be up.
No. No, it happened quickly, so they had to get somebody up quickly.
He had given up 1 hit in 4 innings. There was no reason to get anybody up, so now they're just scrambling.
We can't see their bullpen. Nolan Amato's been their best out of the bullpen. Here's the pitch on the way. Breaking ball, that's back to the netting, but it bounced right back off the bricks. You got a brick backstop here, so the ball's going to carry him back. And now the count 2-0 on Pellegrin. You have a base open, but you put him on the tying runs at the plate with nobody out. This gets more interesting by the moment.
It sure does.
From the full windup, the 2-0 from Navarro. Swing and a miss. misses the ball. Bat goes flying. It's 2-1.
You think he took a hack right there? He took a swing right there. He was trying to go. He left nothing left.
2 balls and a strike. And another pitch on the way. Fastball strike call down the middle. He wasn't looking for it, obviously. It's 2-2.
I think he was guessing right there.
It was a box fastball. 2-2 the count. And another pitch. And a ground ball to short. The throw will be to third. Good play by the shortstop, Shannon. Run the runner back, tag him out. Run scores at 7-4. But a good play by the shortstop, Shannon. That goes 6-5-4 on the putout, and it's a 7-4 ball game.
I don't know what the base runner is doing on that. That doesn't
I don't
make
either.
sense.
You don't want to run into an out on the bases.
No.
So it is 7-4 with 1 out, though. Now a runner at first. Pellegrin gets the RBI. And here's Will Andrade. Grounded into a fielder's choice and fly to center. Took it inside, 1-0.
Regardless of how the rest of this inning goes, 7-4, we got ourselves a ball game. And sure going to make the 6th and 7th a lot more fun.
1-0 the count. Andrade waits. Here's the pitch. That's down and in. It's 2-0. And the pitch count really mounting in this inning for Navarro. 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, I think he's got to get the next 2 batters out, or he's not going to see the rest of this inning.
Here's the 2-0. There's a smash to second. Caught. Throw to first. Safe. And the runner gets back in. Good job by the catcher to go back up. That's a second out, but boy, Andrade hit it right on the nose.
Can't hit that any harder.
So they get the second out. And now it's Ryder Blanchard who is popped to second and lined hard to center.
Pellegrin really made a nice, because most times that gets doubled up. As hard as that ball was hit, you get doubled up. He did a great job of getting back.
Swinging a pop-up a mile high should end the inning. Right fielder wants it. Waiting, and catching. His crop inning over, but 8 men bat and 4 runs cross the plate for the Tigers on 4 hits, no errors, and strand a runner. Their 4th left in the game. We've played 5. Brother Martin 7. Holy Cross 4. So there's the crooked number that Holy Cross needed, and that necessitates a team meeting for Brother Martin.
They did, and they put themselves back in the game. Now they got to come right back and put a 0 on top. Preferably real quick, so that you can get right back to the plate. But, hey, a four run right there. When we were sitting at 7-0, it was like, this is going to be tough. Well, they're right back in this game. And that's just a matter of them sticking it out and playing hard. We do have a new pitcher.
The 28-pitch inning for Navarro, who really scuffled to escape that the rest of the way, but he survived it, and so did his team with a 3-run lead. And now the Tigers do go to the bullpen, and Tommy Ashby, the right-hander, is the new pitcher. So Andrade is done. Ashby comes in. And we'll tell you about Tommy Ashby, the right-hander, the senior for Holy Cross. Tommy Ashby taking over, and do not have any numbers on him on the season. So there you go. According to the stats, this is his first outing. So the right-hander warms. Andrade went 5 innings. He did not get any help from his defense in this game.
Ashby down a unconventional looking pitcher as he comes kind of slings it from a 3/4 angle. Throws the ball across his body.
Well, 4 of the runs were unearned against Andre, so he went 5 innings, 7 hits, 7 runs, 3 earned. He walked 2 and struck out 4. He could lose. He cannot win. He had a wild pitch to his credit. And Ashby, a little bit of a 3/4 arm slinger, as you said, will take over, and he'll face Bronson Lamont. Lamont has grounded out, and he's doubled and scored. One of 4 doubles struck by the Crusaders. Who about hit the Tigers 7-5 and lead 7-4 here in the 6th inning. First one on the way. Missing away, ball 1. When you come from that angle, you're not going to throw hard. It's going to be all about deception and
location.
And movement, and location. Yep.
Yeah.
Want to know the count? But a real different look for a right-handed hitter. There's a ball slung away. It's 2-0.
Didn't like they didn't get that call.
Look just off the plate. 2-0 the count.
Really motion on the mound.
Ashby with a 2-0. That is a strike. It's 2-1.
There's life in this park now, Kenny. The fans are in every pitch.
Standing everywhere. 2-1 the count. Another on the way. That's way outside and low. And it's 3-1 to Lamont. Big inning for Holy Cross here. It's a big inning for both teams. If Brother Martin can somehow answer, put something on the board, really solidifies things. Only 6 outs to obtain. For Holy Cross, you can get in the dugout without giving up anything. You feel like you've got a real shot.
Absolutely.
The way you're swinging the bats now against Navarro. Here's the 3-1. And that one hit him. Would have been ball 4, but ran in on Lamont, and the leadoff man is on with a hit batter. And that will bring Benton Switzer to the plate.
The problem with being a 3/4 is release point.
That doesn't look like Switzer. That looks like Christian Michel. We'll double check that at the plate.
Yeah, they're making changes now.
So Michel's going to get the at-bat, it appears. Christian Michel, 375, 16 RBIs. Like I said, they've got guys on the bench that would start for a whole bunch of people with their ability to swing the bats.
I told you, I talked to one of the high school coaches, and he played him a doubleheader JV varsity. He said, I said, how are they? He said, they had 18 hitters. He said they slugged the ball in the JV game and the varsity game.
So Christian Michel will get the at-bat, and we'll see how they play it with a runner first, nobody out. Michel.
I'm going to guess he's their bunter.
Well, he's a good hitter, as mentioned. He's swinging. Runner is going. Pitch is down, and that's a stolen base. Well, that's one way to handle it. Straight steal. Lamont is at second.
Well, with that, the way his stance and his delivery, that's really slow to the plate. And Coach Lupo realized that and took off on the first pitch.
So Lamont is in scoring position with nobody out. Now the bunt's a real possibility, too. I mean, again, that's a big run at second base with 6 outs to get in the game, and you're up 3, and a visit to the mound by Garrett's.
He really needs to make sure he tacks at least one on right here if you're Coach Lupo, but
stretching. Longer look, pitching. Going to swing and took a ball. It's 2-0.
yeah, I'm not sure he's Coach Lupo's ready to give up an out with a pitcher that looks like he's having trouble with the zone.
And a good hitter at the plate at 375 on the year. 2-0 pitch. That's low. So 3-0, and these pitches have not been close. So Michel will take a pitch here.
There's someone else in the pen for Holy Cross over there. I got an angle with a little hole in the fence.
I'm glad you can see that.
I got a little angle with a hole in the fence.
3 balls and no strikes on Michel. And the pitch. That sails inside, so a 4-pitch walk. A hit batter and a walk, and Brother Martin building an inning, and now we'll see if Brody Shannon is bunting. He's doubled and scored. He's grounded out. We're going to get a runner at first base. It'll be Switzer re-entering the run at first base. Don't you love these substitutions in high school? You pinch hit for him, and he comes right back in and runs.
It's called re-entry.
And I know that. We'll get a pitching change here. So it didn't work for Ashby. Tigers will come in with, I believe, a left-hander. Coach Calbanora making the change. Can't afford to fall any further behind. And didn't like what he saw, the hit batter on the walk, and he's going to give way to Jacob Stevens, the junior. So Stevens will get the ball. Jacob has pitched very well. 9 appearances. He's 0-0 with a 1.24 earned run average and a save. In 11 in the third innings, only 6 hits allowed, 2 runs, 2 earned runs. Walked 8, struck out 12. By the way, Ashby had pitched in 3 games previously. It was 1-0 coming in, but didn't have it here. And now we get Stevens. Left-handed hurler will give them a different look. And he'll be pitching to Shannon as play resumes. Presumably in a bunt situation here with the top of the order behind him.
Oh, I would think he's going to do that, just that. The big lefty, over the top delivery.
We're in the top of the 6th inning, game 1 of a 3-game best-of-3 series. Brother Martin is up 7-4 on Holy Cross here at Tiger Park. Ken Trahan with Marty Luquette. Big shout out to Dan and Matt for another great job tonight. Trying to make us look good and sound good, which is quite a task.
Yes, it is.
And finally, it seemed like that took a while. We're ready to go, and Shannon will bat. He's doubled and scored and grounded to third. Runners first and second, nobody out.
Well, Holy Cross is expecting the bunt.
Way in at first, in at third. Let's see what play is on. Got to believe the third baseman staying back. Stretch, pitch, gonna bunt. And he bunts it beautifully toward third. Pitcher gloves, wheels and deals, and got his man. That's a good play by the pitcher, Stevens. That's not an easy chance. A really good bunt.
Well, he actually turns the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
He should have just did a complete turn and spin to his right. Instead, he pivots back to his left and ends up, he gets his hips through and fires a strike to first to get the run.
Perfect throw. Second and third, 1 out now, and a chance for Stan Wiltz. Stan is struck out, sacrificed, scored a run, and grounded out. Big opportunity here, and the infield has to come in all around. With second and third, 1 out. Pitch is on the way. Fastball high, 1-0.
You know, and it's not like you can pitch around and stand with first open. I mean, they just keep getting better and stronger through their lineup.
One-0 pitch, laid off of a strike, high strike called. It's 1-1. Really couldn't have gotten up to that pitch, it wouldn't seem.
No, and you swing at that, there's a good chance you pop it straight up. He's waiting for something down he can drive.
Ball and a strike. Another pitch on the way. Is low. 2 balls and a strike. On Stan Wiltz, he's driven in 19 runs.
Wilt's looking for a fastball he can really lean on right here.
On 2-1, here it is. Popped him straight up foul, right back here and over our heads. And it's 2-2.
Yeah, he got a pitch right there. Might have been a little bit up, but he got the one he was looking for in the zone. He thought he could hit it. Fouled it straight back.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Game 2 set for tomorrow night, 6:30, weather permitting. This best of 3, we'll have it on CrescentCitySports.com. And the 2-2 pitch, way high. It is full, 3-2. There is a base open, but there is a dangerous hitter on deck in Ryan Darrow. Choose your poison.
This lineup is definitely poisonous. They have plenty of good hitters. And Holy Cross has shown in the last inning they're capable as well.
3-2 in the infield end, 2 on and 1 out, and the payoff pitch on the way. And a swing and a miss, he struck him out. Big strikeout recorded by Stevens for out number 2, and now here's Ryan Darrow, who has walked and scored, stole a base, sacrificed and flied to center with a
Darrow's
base open.
Not going to get a chance.
They could very well walk him.
They are.
But you got Brady McCluskey coming up. It is a lefty-lefty matchup, though. McCluskey has doubled and singled and scored twice. So you ask why? Well, it's because you go lefty-lefty here. That's why. So that's a big spot in the game.
Oh, you think? This is a huge spot. The momentum jumps in either direction depending on what happens here with McCluskey. And he's been hot. He's been swinging the bat well. That last double he hit, he crushed it into right center.
Here's McCluskey with 2 outs. Runners lead every base. Stevens from the stretch. Stevens to the plate. And that's a fast strike. It's 0-1. Quality pitch to get ahead.
Jumps on top of the count.
McCluskey has shown the ability to go the other way in good fashion. Runners on every base take their leads. Time called by McCluskey. Stevens took a while getting the sign.
And really lefty-lefty, that's what you're thinking. I've got to go the other way. I've got to go over the shortstop's head. If he hangs it, I can pull it. But other than that, I've got to go the other way.
Set and pitching, and that's down. It's 1-1. A ball and a strike.
I guarantee you the coaches right now, they can't come up with any saliva. This stuff. Not good for your heart.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's right down the middle. And he took it. And it's 1-2.
He's taking 2 strikes. So
momentum pitch coming here. 1-2 the count. One-two, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Stevens pumps his fist. He gets the big strikeout. No runs, no hits, no errors. 3 big ones left. That's 5 left for Brother Martin. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It is still 7-4 Crusaders over the Tigers. Boy, that's 2 big.
No, that's huge.
Recorded there.
That's huge right there.
Stevens comes in and really does the job, doesn't he?
He comes into a situation where they bunt the first one to move him into scoring position and to get to the top of the order, and he strikes out 1 and 2. He doesn't get any better than that. Excuse me, 1. He strikes out the lead of 1. They walk number 2, and they strike out number 3.
Ashby went no innings officially, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 1 hit batter. To his credit. And now the question becomes, how long do you go with Cole Navarro? He's at 83 pitches. That's not a ton, but he really struggled in the last inning.
But you know, when we saw him in the against Ponchatoula, he had 1 inning like that too. He was rolling along, and then in the 4th inning, he had a rough inning where Ponchatoula scored a few runs. They loaded the bases and scored 1 run, and he wiggled out of it. So he has shown that he can regroup after that, because he did throw a complete game against Ponchatoula that day.
Navarro will be facing Guerra, Robert, and Talent here in the 6th inning. That was a huge inning to pitch out of a bases-loaded jam. 2nd and 3rd with 1 out, and then bases loaded, 2 outs. And the Tigers get out of it thanks to the pitching of Jacob Stevens.
And strikeouts, so you don't have to make plays.
Here's Guerra. Conversely, the Tigers have only struck out 1 time in the whole game. They've made good contact against Navarro, who's ready with his 84th pitch. Swinging pop-up, 1 pitch, and 1 out. As Wiltz makes the catch. You're counting outs right now if you're Jeff Lupo, and there's 5 more to get. The batter is Mark Robert. He's struck out. He's been hit by a pitch. He's scored a run.
Yeah, you really look to get your first guy on in the inning. That usually triggers the big inning. Very seldom do you see innings that start with 1 or 2 outs, but so that was a huge at bat.
Swinging a fly ball right field. Maybe 2 pitches, 2 outs here, and it is. Crop makes the catch. Ouch. When you're down 3, swinging at the first pitch, 2 quick outs. Tough. And now it's Colin Talent. Now the Crusaders are 4 outs away. Talent has doubled and scored, and he's grounded to 3rd. What a big inning for Navarro here.
Well, and to come out and get 2 quick outs is, obviously, it's now a 3-run game, and every out is important. And every base runner is important. But they come out and they swing at the first 2 pitches. They contact, obviously. That's how you get 2 outs on 2 pitches. And
first pitch, he popped him up, and this is going to be a 3-pitch inning, folks. The catcher, oh, maybe it won't be. It's foul. He could not find it. That's a tough play, but you're a catcher. Prather couldn't find that one. That ball hung up forever.
Part of the problem there is, it's always a tough play. But the pitcher ran off the field. He should have came and gave him some support and at least directed him and even take it if he had to. Once Prather looked to see if anyone else was around, you knew he was in trouble.
He did. Third baseman was coming, but he couldn't get there. Darrow. So it's instead another life for Talent. Would have been a 3-pitch inning. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. You don't see 3-pitch innings very often. We almost saw one there. Almost doesn't count. 0-2 pitch. Fastball inside. And Prather tried to steal the pitch. Didn't get the call. It's 1-2. One-two. Cropper foul. Stays alive on a high fastball.
Well, right now Navarro's feeling it too. The 2 quick outs rejuvenated him, and now his velocity's back up again.
On 1-2, Navarro the sign. Navarro to the plate. Ground ball to deep short. And the third baseman tried to cut it off. Couldn't do it. Shortstop still throws him out. That's a 5-6-3 put out at first base. Dara touched it. Shannon stayed with it and made a very strong throw to nip the runner at first.
You have to have a great arm to be able to make that play if there's a shortstop. Where you're going over, getting ready to circle it, and the third baseman knocks it dead and passes it by. And you're able to pick it up and fire a seed across the diamond on a bang-bang play.
No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We go to the 7th, and it's a 7-4 lead for Brother Martin. That was a big inning for Navarro because he only used 7 pitches, and that means he's only at 90, which means he's still got 25 pitches. He can go the distance, which I know Jeff Lupo would love to have in a game 1 of a best-of-3 series.
Sure, and because you just don't know how many pitches you're going to need in game 2 and 3 if there's a game 3.
You also don't know when you're going to play. It's scheduled for 6:30 tomorrow. There's some weather issues tomorrow. So there's a lot of variables in this situation. But the one thing we do know is in a best-of-3 series, if you only use 1 pitcher in game 1, you're in good shape.
Right. And you don't, if you're Holy Cross, you want to make sure you get that game in tomorrow because you don't want to play a doubleheader on Saturday because doubleheaders have a tendency to split.
Yeah.
And you're in no position. You need a sweep, if this game stays as is.
Stevens, who was so good in the 6th, is back out there in the 7th. And he'll be dealing with 4, 5, and 6, Navarro, Roussel, and Kropp. Marty's going to talk to the winners after this one. Coach and a star of the game. Right now, the guy that's about to bat is your star of the game, Cole Navarro. He is the pitcher on the winning side at the moment. He's also 2 for 3 with 3 big.
RBIs.
He's driven in. He's had a big day with 2 for 3, and he's driven in 2 runs with a 2-run single.
Right.
For the Crusaders, number 19.
And they were big runs at the time, too,
They were.
because they came in the 5th.
Navarro bats here against Stevens for the first time. And he swings and misses at a good breaking ball. Navarro back in. 0-1. Good fastball, strike call. Stevens throwing a lot of good pitches. It's 0-2.
He's a nice-looking lefty.
The 0-2 pitch. Popped and foul. That one skips right over the fans. Look out. Holding it 0-2. Hit the top of the net and skipped right over.
There was a mom poised to make the...
And another 0-2. Popped and fouled. Same direction. Car alert again. 0-2 remains the count. Another. High. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 7th. Scheduled for 7. It's 7-4. Brother Martin on top. One-two pitch. Fouled on a play right side. Another car alert. So Navarro is frightening the fans who have parked in the neighborhood. Using a lot of baseballs as well.
Big budget.
Stepped out. Back in. On 1-2. Another pitch. And a fastball inside. 2-2. Pitcher at the plate. He knows the zone. Pitchers and catchers know the zone better than anyone.
It's a different look, though.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and another pitch. That's way high, so 3-2.
I laugh at Navarro with the sliding glove in his back pocket.
He's not going to run the
No,
bases,
he
man.
gets the first, so it's coming in.
It looks good, though, man. Payoff pitch coming from Stevens. Here it is, and strike 3 called. Takes care of Cole Navarro. Round number 1. Stevens now with 3 strikeouts. How impressive has he been? Here is Reese Roussel, another lefty-lefty matchup.
That was an excellent location on that fastball, inside corner. That was the last place Cole thought that he was going to throw that pitch.
Coming to the plate, number 4, Reese.
And, of course, he got the call.
He did. The pitch sails high for ball 1. Steps back in. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a fly ball to right. Very high, very playable for Ruiz. Coasting under it and collecting it for round number 2. So 2 gone. And that brings Kropp to the plate. Cody Kropp has doubled in 3 trips. He's also struck out, grounded into a double play. Here's Kropp. I think we're discovering every kind of bug that exists here this evening. Trying to identify them all. Pitch on the way. And that missed away for ball 1.
New Orleans are termites.
I'm just... Some are, some aren't. 1-0 the count. And another. Swing and a drive down the left field line. It is hooking. It is a foul ball. And it is 1-1.
We had a good look at that one. You could see that was going to be hard to keep he didn't keep his hands inside of that. That ball hooked hard.
One and one the count. Just a loud strike and nothing more. Stevens ready. And pitching. Swinging a foul.
Stevens has really come in here and done a great job for the last 2 innings.
It's 1-2.
He's kept everything off the barrel. He's challenging guys on the inside half.
A ball and 2 strikes. And another pitch. Bounced it. Count is even at 2-2. This game has exceeded 2 hours.
That's because of all the trips to the pitcher's mound.
Been a lot of that. Quite a few base runners, too.
Yes.
2-2 the count. Another. Ground ball up the middle. Nice play by Stevens. Throws a strike to first. He has done a whale of a job. Nothing across for the Crusaders. Last chance coming for the Tigers. Bottom of the 7th inning arrives, and it's a 7-4 lead for Brother Martin. And Neil Diamond pays us a visit.
Well, I'm going to move into my position for after the game. But,
yeah. You know the routine.
Yes.
You know what to do. And a 7-4 lead. If it holds, Cole Navarro would be the guy for Brother Martin to be certain. Given the game he's had, along with his coach. Navarro going back to the mound. He's trying to go the distance. He's at 90 pitches right now, going to the 7th inning. So we shall see. As he goes back to work, he set them down on 3 up, 3 down in the 6th inning. He did it on only 7 pitches. Navarro takes his warm-up tosses. He'll be facing Holden Garrett's. They got the right hitters up. Then Serkovich and Ruiz in the 7th. And Garrett's has ripped a single and scored a run. He's 1 for 2. So Holy Cross wants to get the leadoff man on and put pressure on Brother Martin. Brother Martin wants to get the leadoff man out and make it easier. And Garrett's is a good hitter, even though he hits in the 9 spot. So here's Garrett's. Base hit, RBI run scored for Garrett's as he bats here. And he is taking a ball, 1-0. Navarro quickly with a 1-0 pitch. He's up and it's 2-0. Leadoff man so important. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that is a strike. It is 2-1. He's taking all the way. Trying to get aboard. And start something here for the Tigers in the 7th. Here's the 2-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a pop-up foul back here. That is going to be unplayable. And it is 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. On the batter, Colton Garrett's. Navarro wanted that out. He came running in as well from the mound. From the windup, the 2-2 delivery and a swing and a miss. He struck him out with high heat. Out number 1. That's only the 2nd strikeout of the game for Navarro. What a time for that. He's 2 outs away, and Navarro has retired 6 in a row. And now he deals with Chris Sirkovich, who has an RBI double and a run scored. He's grounded out twice. And bats here with 1 out in the 7th inning. The pitch, swinging a foul, it's 0-1. And a fastball strike called 0-2. And a fast strike got him looking for out number 2. And the Crusaders are in out away. Navarro has set down 7 in a row, finishing like a champion here. And now Greg Ruiz, who has singled home a run. He's 1 for 3. The pitch. That is just missing for a ball. One-0. Popped him up. This will end the ball game. The second baseman, the shortstop, the third baseman makes the catch. Dara and the Crusaders have defeated the Tigers by the score of 7-4 here this evening in Game 1 of this best-of-3 series in Division I Select as Navarro finishes like a champion, retiring the last 9 hitters he faced in the game. You can't do it much better than that, and he helped himself with a 2-run single as well, and the two sides will shake hands, and the Crusaders have a key Game 1 win here in this one over the Tigers. As the two sides get together, we'll have our winning coach and star of the game interview coming up for you shortly, as the Tigers fought back but just didn't have enough to overcome the early deficit, and the Crusaders win it by the score of 7-4 here this evening. With that, we go down to Marty Luquette with head coach Jeff Lupo of the Crusaders. Marty, take it away. Go ahead, Marty. He's what? Coach Lupo, and here we go.
Once again, here we are with winning coach Jeff Lupo. Hey, team got off to a quick start. That really helped.
Yeah, we got out front early, put a little pressure. Guys played really well. We had to withstand a little bit of a rally. That's a really good club. They play really hard. Very well coached. And, we made a couple mistakes, lost our composure for a minute, and then Cole settled back in. I'm really proud for him finishing the game.
Cole Navarro, what a performance.
Yeah, outstanding, and he's been doing that. He's been doing that for a long time now. He really settled in. He had that one hiccup, I think it was in the 5th, and he said, hey, I want the ball, I want to finish, and that's exactly what he did. It was really helpful. He got a really quick inning in the 6th. I think he got out of the 6th. I think he was at 87 going into the 6th, and he got out on 6 pitches, which was really, really important. And then, that was all he needed. He was like a shark in water in that last inning.
Yeah, he's a bulldog, got a hit, drove in a couple runs, did everything tonight.
Yeah, he did. And, he's a really complete player. UNO's getting a really good player. We're very fortunate to have him. And he's been doing it for a while. He's a team captain, a team leader. And, he wants the ball in big situations. And he's so unselfish. He'll do whatever he's got to do to get guys in, whether it's bunt, sack fly. He'll do whatever. Just all that matters is that the guys on top, Crusaders have one more run than the other team. That's all that matters. And very, very proud of him.
Well, congratulations. You got one more to get?
Got one more. It's going to be tough. They're very well coached and a good team, but we're going to play well. Appreciate you, Marty. Thank you all for being here.
How you doing?
Cole Navarro.
Yes, sir.
Great performance, son.
Thank you.
Once again, you went out there. They got you an early lead. Of course, you drove in a couple of those.
Yes, sir.
You drove in a couple of those, and you got up 7-0.
Yeah.
One little hiccup, but you wanted the ball at the end.
Yeah, yes, sir. I think it was the 5th inning when they scored the 4 runs. I was missing away a little bit, missing in a little bit, and then I couldn't get my breaking ball down, and they were piecing out the middle. I mean, it was a little minor, and then I came back out the next inning. I got like 4 pitches the next inning, and the next struck out 2 in the last inning.
Well, the last 2 innings, you were possessed.
Yes, sir.
You were after it, and it was fun to watch you.
Yes, sir. I know my team got my back. I'm letting them make plays behind me, and then, yeah.
Well, you got 2 hits, drove in a couple runs.
Yes, sir.
And had a great performance.
Yes, sir.
That's how you put your team on your back.
Yes, sir. No, it's not. I'm not putting my team on my back. My team, it's a team game. it takes a whole team to win, you know? I mean, they had to make plays for me. I think we had maybe 4 doubles, I think, today, and I wasn't one of them, so, sir.
You always swung in the bats. There's no doubt about that.
sir.
Got out 7-0 and made a hold up.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good luck the rest of the weekend.
All right.
Kenny, thank you for having me this year, and I know you're going to do the rest of this tournament with Kirk Bollinger, but I appreciate you letting me be a part of this. Thank you, guys.
Pleasure having you, Marty. Thank you very much. The Crusaders emerged victorious by the score of 7-4 here this evening. They win their 13th consecutive game in the process, and Brother Martin has won its 30th game of the season and are 30-6 on the year. Holy Cross drops to 31-5 with the defeat. 3 of those defeats have come at the hands of Brother Martin. Interestingly enough, and Game 2 is scheduled for 6:30 tomorrow evening. We are scheduled to bring that to you on Crescent City Sports. We'll keep you posted on the weather all day. We'll be watching it too to see what happens. When it does happen, we will have Game 2 one way or the other, and we will have Game 3 as well on Crescent City Sports. We want to thank all of our sponsors and thank our viewers here tonight. I want to thank Dan. I want to thank Matt for a great job here this evening as well. And also big thanks to Marty Luquette for a great job. Well done. And we want to remind you that you need to stay with Crescent City Sports for the latest in high school sports coverage, including upcoming broadcasts. For Marty Luquette and our entire Crescent City Sports production team, I'm Ken Trahan, reminding you that our final score tonight was Brother Martin 7, Holy Cross 4 from Tiger Park. Thank you for joining us, and be a good sport. God bless you one and all. We are rounding third and heading home. So long.